Hey, welcome back. Shoot, you know who I am now. Let's talk open houses. Let's see how simple we can keep this. If you talk to any or many real estate agents, many of them that would tell you that don't do open houses, they're a waste of your time, they're stupid. Okay. I happen to be one that disagrees. Now, here's the reason why. What else can you do where you can sit on your backside for a couple hours out of a Sunday? Maybe it's a Saturday and customary for where you're located. But where else can you sit on your backside and wait for people to come and say, hi, we're thinking about moving. Can we look at this house? My guidance, my direction, it's already built into Speedboard, and in your first 30 days, hold at least 2. Guys, I'd be okay if you held one every Sunday, every weekend if you did 1. You want to get business? Great way to be able to do it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. What's the success of an open house? It's based upon what you'll do, not necessarily during, but before and what you'll do after. The before and the after. Because, see, it's rare that somebody's going to walk into an open house and say, hi, I like you, and I want you to help me buy a home, and oh, by the way, to buy one, I got to sell mine. That doesn't happen. You have to prove yourself. You've got to get them to like and trust you more than anybody else. So let's keep the process of holding an open house simple. Start at least a week in advance. Find a home that has great curb appeal. You don't want one that's ugly on the outside because literally, take my word for it, people will pull into the driveway, take a look, and back out. Or it's not in the best of neighborhoods because people pull and drive right on through the neighborhood. You won't even know that that's why they were coming through there. Easy to get to, great curb appeal, great neighborhood, great price. It's a price that you would like to find buyers and sellers in. That's a great house to hold open, okay? Go to the agent. Could be one in your office, could be an agent in one of our other offices. Ask that agent if they would like to have that house held open. More than likely, they'll be more than happy to have you hold the house open. Okay? Come to an agreement how all the things are taken care of. Typically, if you hold a house open, all leads that come through that, including if you get the lucky one who says, hey, I really like this house. I want to buy it. Can you put it on paper? Fabulous. It's your buyer. And they're going to love you for getting the home sold for them. So what do I do beforehand? Go talk to the neighbors. Following the simple introduction process that we talked about earlier, communicating and prospecting, you give a simple introduction, state the reason that you're stopping by, ask them who they know that would want to move into the neighborhood, might consider the home, and then ask them about themselves. So you'd go out, knock on a door, introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Darwin. I'm with HRC Realty. The reason I've stopped by today, you may have noticed that we've got a sign on the market, or a home in front of the, let me try that again, a sign. And don't worry about screwing up, you're human. You might have noticed a sign in front of the house of your neighbor. Well, we've been employed to professionally market that property, and part of that marketing is to hold an open house and then come around, talk with the neighbors, and discover whom you might know that might want to buy that house. Now, that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a full basement. It's an oversized 2-car garage. It's on the market for $350,000. I'm just wondering, who do you know that might want to move into the neighborhood and buy that house? Well, I appreciate you taking the time to think about it. Now, out of curiosity, how long have you lived in the neighborhood? Where did you happen to move from? How did you happen to pick this neighborhood? Well, if you were to move, where do you think you would go next? When do you think that would be? That should sound familiar to you. If it doesn't, you're not writing out the scripts as in the book. Guys, that's before the open house. I would say 5, 5, 10. 5 on either side of it, 10 across the street. Now, if it's at the end of the cul-de-sac, start at the house and work back. If it's at the beginning, I got to tell you, you might want to go all the way through. But as a minimum, do 5, 5, 10. Then, hold the house open. How do you hold the house open? Well, I think you need a guest register of any sort. Talk with your manager or mentor. See what they may use at any open house that they hold. Bottom line is, well, we didn't discuss this, but why are we holding it open? Ideally, we'd like to sell that house. But why are we really holding the house open? It is to get leads. Buyer and seller leads. I am looking for people who want to move. Leads. To get a lead, do I need their name, address, phone number, email address right up front? No. But I would have a guest register that says at the beginning, seller requests registration. Sellers do want to know who's coming through their home. They want us to have that information. They won't always ask for it, but they do want us to have that information. Obvious reasons that we want it, but there are other things that we can use that for. Bottom line is establishing a lead. Do I need it up front? Do I need to force them to do it? No. Look, before they leave is when I need it. So, well, listen, welcome to my open house. The seller's requesting that you please register before going through the home. It's for safety and insurance purposes, if you wouldn't mind. While you're completing that, I'll let you know that in there on the kitchen table is a whole lot of information regarding the home. And then I'll just ask, would you guys like to have a guided tour, or would you like to go through on your own? What are most people going to tell you? Well, look, you don't need to follow them around. Stay by the front door. That's the exit. All the others you got locked. Check them all before you leave, but they come back. I ask, well, what did you think of the home? What did you like most? What did you like least? Would you even consider this as your next home? When they say no, then and that's an anticipation, obviously. When they say no, they're a prospect. Let me ask you, how long did it take you to drive here today? You could even say, by the way, which one of the homes in the neighborhood do you live in? You could say, you know, we didn't meet when I came through the neighborhood the other day. Which one of the homes do you live in? Oh, we don't live here, but we're on the next subdivision over. Oh, great. Well, what actually brought you here today? Well, we saw the signs. Excellent. Well, that always helps me know what's going on. Let me ask you this. What brought you out today? So if you live there, where did you move from? How long have you lived there? Well, let's say you were to move. Where do you think you would move to? Well, what do you think your home is worth? Has anybody helped you determine what that might be? Well, let me ask you, if you get enough, would you make the move? I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? I don't mind. Guys, we're talking about selling, and selling is asking questions. You've got somebody that just walk into the house, and yes, there's going to be the looky-loos, and that's all they're doing. They're professional house tourers. Yeah, I just made that up, but it's what they enjoy doing. They like to go see houses. Listen, separate them quickly and move on to the next person who's actually looking at making a move. That's what we're looking for. Establish a leads list. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. That's what doing the open house is all about. So, listen, I do this with every person. Now, I have a list of people. Maybe they put down an email address. Maybe they put down an address. Either way, send a thank you for coming to my open house. I'll be calling on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Call them. Say hi. Just wanted to say thank you again for coming through the open house over at Easy Street. Yeah, this is Darwin. Hey, listen, I just wanted to follow up a little bit more. You said that if you could, what if we, anyway, it's offer, close for an appointment for whatever you may have discovered because they're a lead. So, before we've talked about, during, guess what the after is? It's the follow-up. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. So again, what's the beauty of an open house? You get a whole lot of people that are coming to you saying, hi, we're thinking of moving. And all you had to do was open a house and sit on your butt and wait for them to come in and say so. Not a bad thing. How many should you do? Look, if you took a day off during the week, you worked a half day Saturday and then all day Sunday, or you took Saturday off and Sunday was the half day for the open house. Guys, what a great and productive, wonderful way for you to be able to make money. But know this, not every open house is going to generate somebody that comes through. You're going to have open houses where zero will show up, and you'll have others where it's like, oh my God, I can't handle everybody. Well, the only way that happens when you do a lot of open houses. My suggestion, you just got to go do them, guys. Want to make money? Want what you've determined your why to be? Hold open houses. Do the right things before, during, and after. I hope you learned a lot from it. Go hold those open houses. Talk to you soon.